CJ Stroud exploded onto the NFL scene as a rookie, shutting down doubters and winning Offensive Rookie of the Year with an incredible first season. The Houston Texans quarterback quickly became the league's new sensation, drawing comparisons to some of the best young players in the game. But just a year later, Stroud's spark seems to have dimmed. His performance has taken a nosedive, leaving everyone wondering what went wrong. What happened to 2023's Golden Boy? Is he just going through a rough patch, or is there something more serious going on? We're taking a closer look at Stroud's rapid rise and sudden fall, exploring how a young quarterback deals with his first real taste of struggle in the pros. Before we move forward, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL backstories. CJ Stroud faced doubts early in his NFL journey. His poor performance on the S2 cognition test before the draft made teams worry about his ability to handle pro defenses. But the Houston Texans saw something special in Stroud and picked him second overall in 2023. Stroud quickly proved his critics wrong. In his first NFL game, he showed poise and accuracy, leading the Texans to a win over the Ravens. As the season went on, Stroud only got better. He read defenses well, made quick decisions, and threw with precision. Fans in Houston loved him, and opposing coaches struggled to stop him. Stroud's rookie year was full of highlights. He led the league in passing yards per game and broke several rookie records. His great play earned him 2 AFC Offensive Player of the Week awards and a spot in the Pro Bowl, the first Texans quarterback to do that since Deshaun Watson in 2020. When Stroud won Offensive Rookie of the Year, Houston was buzzing with excitement. He wasn't just a good player, he gave hope to a team that had been struggling. Stroud had turned the Texans' offensive around and made fans believe again. But as Stroud celebrated his rookie success, new challenges were coming. The NFL is always changing, and Stroud's second season would test everything he'd learned so far. CJ Stroud's amazing rookie season made him a big deal in the NFL. Everyone wanted a piece of him in the offseason. He showed up on popular podcasts and talk shows, including The Rich Eisen Show, where he talked about his first year and what he hoped to do next. All this attention was exciting, but also brought some challenges. As Stroud got more famous, people started talking about his life off the field too. This added even more pressure to an already stressful situation. Stroud had to figure out how to handle being a celebrity while still focusing on football. While Stroud was dealing with all this attention, the Houston Texans were making big moves. They traded for star receiver Stefon Diggs, giving Stroud an awesome new target to throw to. Diggs is known for running great routes and having sure hands, which could really help the Texans' offense. The team also signed running back Joe Mixon, who's good at catching passes out of the backfield. These new players were exciting, but they also meant more work for Stroud. He needed to quickly get on the same page with Diggs and learn how to use Mixon in the offense. The offensive line had to adjust to Mixon's style of blocking too. Stroud had a lot on his plate trying to make all these new pieces work together. When training camp started, everyone in Houston was pumped to see how Stroud would do. Early reports were mixed. He looked great sometimes, but struggled other times as he got used to his new teammates. The coaches were working hard to smooth things out before the season started. Behind the scenes, some people worried that Stroud might be trying to do too much. The team had to figure out how to manage all the hype while getting ready for a long, tough season. The next few months would show whether Stroud could build on his rookie year and lead the Texans to success, or if all the pressure would be too much for him to handle. As the 2024 season kicked off, expectations for CJ Stroud were sky high. Fans and analysts thought he'd have another amazing year after his impressive rookie season. In the opener, Stroud looked great, throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in a big win. It seemed like he was ready to keep dominating. But things started to go downhill. His completion percentage dropped from 63.9% in his rookie year to just 57.4% over the last 6 games. Even worse, he started throwing more interceptions. In only 12 starts this season, Stroud has already thrown 9 picks, almost double the 5 he threw in 15 starts as a rookie. You could really see his struggles in a recent game against the Titans. Stroud threw 2 interceptions and got sacked 4 times, including one that caused a safety and cost Houston the game. His yards per pass attempt have also fallen from 8.2 last year to 7.2 this season. Dan Orlovsky, a former NFL quarterback, noticed that Stroud's throwing technique has gotten worse under pressure. He's rushing his footwork and not setting up properly before throws, Orlovsky said on ESPN. That's why he's making bad passes and poor choices. What's weird is how different Stroud looked at the start of the season compared to now. In the first 6 games, he completed 68.3% of his passes, threw 10 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions, leading the Texans to a 5-1 start. But that early success feels like ancient history now. Brian Baldinger from NFL Network thinks Stroud's problems are more serious than just a second-year slump. He's having trouble reading defenses, Baldinger explained. He's hesitating on throws he made easily last year, and it's really hurting the Texans. As the Texans keep losing, people are wondering if Stroud can get back to how well he played as a rookie. Is this just a rough patch, or is his career falling apart? With every bad game, the pressure on Stroud and the Texans just keeps growing. As CJ Stroud's performance declined, people in the NFL world started to wonder why. One big reason was injuries to key players on the Texans' offense. Losing star receiver Stefon Diggs to a torn ACL halfway through the season really hurt. Without Diggs, Stroud had to rely on less experienced receivers. Stroud faced a lot of challenges all at once. The new offensive coordinator brought in a more complex West Coast system. This meant Stroud had to make faster decisions and throw more accurately. You could see him hesitating more in the pocket and struggling with timing routes. Defenses also figured out how to handle Stroud better. The Ravens, for example, used fake blitzes that turned into zone coverage, which confused Stroud and led to interceptions. The Titans used a spy linebacker to stop Stroud from running, taking away one of his best skills from his rookie year. All the pressure from defenses made things worse for Stroud. When he was under pressure, his performance dropped a lot. Joe Thomas, a former Pro Bowl offensive lineman, explained how poor protection affects quarterbacks. If your offensive line isn't protecting you, you start looking at your feet, checking where defenders are coming from. As the season went on, Stroud's stats showed how much he was struggling. His passer rating fell by over 12 points from his rookie year, and he was throwing for 30 fewer yards per game on average. It was a perfect storm of a new offense, smarter defenses, and high expectations. Doug Peterson, the Jaguars head coach, summed it up. Defenses have done a better job of preparing for him, which is normal in this league. Everyone in the NFL was wondering if Stroud could bounce back from these challenges. The big question for the rest of the season was whether Stroud could adapt and improve his game. The answer would affect not just the Texans' season, but Stroud's whole career going forward. CJ Stroud's journey from rookie star to struggling sophomore shows how unpredictable NFL quarterback development can be. His amazing first year set huge expectations, but year 2 brought unexpected problems. Injuries to key players, a weak offensive line, and defenses figuring out his style all hurt Stroud's performance. Many great quarterbacks have struggled early on and come back strong. Patrick Mahomes saw his touchdown passes drop from 50 to 26 in his second full year as a starter. Joe Burrow had trouble with sacks and interceptions early in his second season before finding his groove. Lamar Jackson's passing numbers dipped in year 2 before he won MVP in his 3rd year. Stroud knows he needs to improve, saying, "It's no secret I haven't been playing well for my standard. Everybody has to look in the mirror and try to get things fixed." This honesty and drive to get better are good signs for his future. How Stroud responds to these tough times will show what he's really made of. To become a top NFL star again, Stroud needs better protection from his offensive line. The Texans gave up 51 sacks in 2023, one of the worst in the league. Getting better linemen through free agency and the draft could give Stroud more time to make plays. Having his teammates healthy, especially rookie receiver Tank Dell coming back from injury, should also help. Stroud might want to work with a quarterback coach in the offseason to improve his throwing and decision-making under pressure. As Stroud starts his 3rd NFL season, we have to wonder, will he bounce back like Mahomes, Burrow, and Jackson to become one of the best? Or will his second-year struggles be too much to overcome? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for all of our NFL backstories. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.